Hola Gamers, bienvenidos una vez más aquí a vuestro canal de los gameplays, Atrapo y juegos. Soy Albinus y regresamos una vez más aquí a Daedalic Chains of Satinav. Y si recordáis, estábamos hablando con Hilda, que parece que quiere que le pongan una canción, que es la de la esposa de Bruin o algo así.
Did you make the puppet yourself?
Do you like it?
Well, it's so-so.
Me pregunta por el muñecajo.
Hey, it's against the walls to take a peek.
Ya sé que hay que echar. Pues deberíamos hablar entonces con este
Hilda
pobre
is
hombre.
as unwary as ever. The box doesn't even have a lock.
Vale, la caja no tiene cerrojo. O sea que la tiene abierta. Vale, vamos a hablar con el juglar.
Well, I don't know much about music. Greetings, minstrel. What might be thy name?
My name is Fredhelm. What do you want?
Fredhelm? As in Broderick Fredhelm?
No, I'm afraid not. Just Fredhelm. But you don't have to be so damn formal. All right then, what is it? Is there anything you wanted to complain about?
No vengo a quejarme. Vengo a pedir una canción por una amiga. Pero bueno, le podemos preguntar
What's
por
the
la
name
canción
of the song
actual.
you just played?
The ditty from Torster Om. Is there something wrong with it?
By no means. I was just curious. Where did you learn to play the fiddle?
Taught myself. When I was a little boy, I used to watch very closely what musicians did with their fingers.
And that is all?
No, I drew the strings and frets onto a board with coal and practiced all the chords every day. I simply imagined the music. At some point I finally got hold of a real fiddle, literally speaking, and since then I've traveled the lands as a fiddler.
Vale, vamos a pedir la canción
Can
para
you play
nuestra amiga.
something different?
You don't like my music, huh?
Oh, but I do. It's just that I'd like to hear a certain song. The song about the Bruin's bride.
I haven't played that in a long time. Can't I play a different tune?
Tío, no te rajes. ¿Puedes provocarle, reclamarle? No, hombre, yo la alentaría. Le diría, oye, tío, anímate.
Come on, you can do it, Fredhelm. These people aren't going to notice if there's some notes missing anyway.
All right,
And make it nice and loud, please, so that everybody in the marketplace can hear you.
will do. A special request for this birdcatcher here.
What? Be careful, minstrel. When the bird catcher has requests, there's bound to be some damage.
You can't know this, but he's going to spell doom for all of us.
Don't listen to them, just play.
Menos mal que no nos conoce el juglar, porque tenemos una fama de persona maldita que no veas. Vale, ahora podría ir a la caja porque,
The
claro,
lots that
Hilda
have
está
already been
despistada.
drawn. Ah, this acorn here has a pattern.
Vale, pues ya tengo la bellota ganadora. Así que me
If
puedo
I
llevar el licor.
absolutely have to steal, at least I shouldn't be taking something from right under her nose.
No voy a robar. Ya que le he quitado la bellota.
If I absolutely have to steal, at least I shouldn't be taking something from right under her nose.
Vale,
That
pues el
doesn't help
muñeco
very
de
much.
paja no creo que me ayude, no sé cómo. Vamos a dar una vuelta. Aquí
Maybe.
está el queso,
No.
el juglar. Hay un delantal ahí, un jubón.
The times are so bad that people have to make do with pieces of clothing for town fair decoration. Too far away.
Está muy lejos. Delantal.
I've got my own garments. My arm is too short.
Mi brazo no llega, vale. Y lo otro que es ropa interior.
I've got my own garments.
Si no, ya veo que tienes tus propios vestidos, claro. Pues hay que coger el jubón este, porque yo creo que es el que había dicho mi enemigo,
No.
el
Hilda is the only one who
pintorero.
tries to be nice to me.
Robar no voy a robar a Hilda, eso está claro.
Well, no.
Pero me suena que podría ser útil el jubón. O sea, si no, no te lo pondrían ahí. Lo que pasa es que, claro, no llego. Y a ver, ¿qué tenemos por aquí? 3 coronas, el cupón ganador, el martillo, la red, un huevo, la trampa, el bastón de paseo. Pues el bastón a lo mejor es largo. Flauta, no voy a llegar con la flauta. Y 2 hojas de roble. Probamos con el bastón, ¿no?
That's one of the town bailiff's shirts.
The beautiful decoration.
I'm authorized to do that.
Ya, ¿qué más te da juglar? Pero bueno. Vale, aquí parece que no hay nada más. Y aquí hay una especie de guardia o algo así. Parece el fuerte, ¿no? Vale, el jugón. Podemos seleccionar, examinar. Vale. Vamos a hablar con el guardia este.
What's he supposed to do with it?
Are you trying to make me uncomfortable with your stare yet again? You will not succeed a second time. By now, you should have learned that you have no business here, bird catcher.
Vale, que otro sitio donde no puedo entrar. Es que menuda fama tengo.
That's the place where I could have learned to hurl balls of fire at Nostrians. Well, at least I can smash clay jars. I'm not going to break in there again. I wasn't very fortunate last time.
Vale, se supone que aquí es donde aprendió algo de magia, ¿no? El Genome. Muy bien. Pues por aquí no se puede salir. Aquí solo está Hilda con su tienda y el herrero.
Hilda?
Es que Hilda no me hace caso. Mira, esto es un pinche de cerveza, ¿no?
Hey, hands off!
Ah, vale, que es del herrero. Me ha dicho que si lo toco, adiós, mano. Pues vamos a hablar con el juglar, yo creo. Vamos a decirle que toque otra cosa.
Fredhelm?
Yes?
Tío, toca otra cosa. Que si no, no me
You can
hace
play
caso.
something else now if you want to.
You're pulling my leg, aren't you?
I just thought maybe something happy and cheerful would be nice for a change. A drinking song, maybe.
Well, all right then. But at some point I'll be done with your requests.
Okay, maybe.
Y ahora Hilda sí me
Oh,
hace caso.
Damon, what a wonderful song. Why don't you play your flute anymore? I'd let you practice in front of my window every night.
Oh, please, no. I'd rather cut off both my ears than listen to that whining.
I'll think about it.
Hombre, que yo sé tocar la flauta. Bueno, vamos a decir cuál es el premio del ganador para el desafío, ¿no? O la canción de Hilda ya hemos hablado. Vamos a preguntar esto.
What do you think the winner of the challenge will receive for a prize?
I guess the victor will receive a commendation from the king and will be able to parade around a medal.
That's it?
What do you mean? Have you entered the contest?
Why not?
My, you keep hanging in there, don't you, Geron?
Pues vamos a comprar otro cupón.
I want to have another go. I'm sure I'll be lucky this time.
No, you're only wasting your money. And you could let the others have their turn too.
There are no others around at the moment, so please take the kreutzer.
All right, if that's what you want.
Exactly. Now for a quick exchange with the winning lot. There! I won.
Bah! Witchcraft!
Congratulations, Geron. What prize do you want?
Pues me puede llevar el licor. El muñeco yo creo que no vale para nada. ¿Licor o el queso? Licor o queso. Me da igual. Yo creo que el queso o el licor. Son las dos opciones. Porque yo creo que es que el muñeco seguro que no vale para nada. O sea, lo ha hecho ella y no creo que tenga ningún valor. Todavía el licor me lo podría beber o el queso comer. Vamos a decir el licor, venga.
Give me the plum spirit.
Here you go. If you'd rather have something else, you can come and exchange it later.
Ah, vale, que lo puedes intercambiar. Bueno, pues mira, si me he equivocado, que puede ser. Me dan el título de tacaño. Vale, si me he equivocado, pues puedo volver a hablar con Hilda, que está bastante bien. Así que vamos a ver si
I'm
encontramos
still
algún otro
banned
sitio.
from the temple. Humorless priests.
Anda, esta zona no la había visto. Esto parece un castillo, ¿no?
A crank for hoisting the pennant.
Don't mess with that thing, bird catcher.
Vale, hasta el guardia no me quiere.
The temple of the kind-hearted goddess, yet not even there am I welcome. I'm too occupied with other things right now, so I don't really want to pray.
No, no es momento de rezar. Vale, aquí está guardado el castillo, el chambelán Newcastle. Aquí hay cerdos, será por
Tomorrow it's
cerdos.
off to the slaughter. It's an easy life if you don't mind living in the muck. No, what use is that supposed to be?
Mira, el cerdo parece que no vale para nada.
Help yourself and Fex will be with you. Old Cephal's plum spirit.
Vale. Jugón.
Hey, there is indeed one of Olgierd's brass oak leaves. Let's see what the windbag has to say about that.
De Olgierd. Vale, era dándole al cuadrado. Pues hemos visto lo que hacía cada cosa y dentro del jugón estaba la hoja de
Trogo
Olgierd.
once caught me in the castle pantry. I still wonder what his business was in there.
Why are you loitering here, birdcatcher? You have no business in the castle.
Vale, tampoco hay que ponerse amenazador, que yo no he hecho nada. Y vamos a hablar con el
You
chambelán,
can
¿no?
still tell that old Newcastle was once an army commander.
You again?
Podemos reclamar cuarta hoja de roble y el premio. Bueno,
What's
pues
the
la
riddle
cuarta.
for the last oak leaf?
It's as if the riddle for the fourth oak leaf was made especially for you. The sows at the north gate are peculiar beasts. On acorns they feast, yet show disdain for the leaves.
Sows at the north gate, acorns, no leaves. Sounds easy, but why should this riddle be made for me?
You'd better hurry, before one of your rivals takes the prize.
Vale.
What's the prize for the victor again?
The victor will be honored by the king himself.
What exactly does that mean?
You have no business participating in the challenge if you can't appreciate that. Unworthy peasant.
Pues voy a poner una
Olgierd of the
reclamación.
Dyers has stolen one of my oak leaves.
What business is it of mine if you lose your leaves?
But that's not fair. They outnumbered me.
Well, let that be a lesson to you.
I don't need any lessons. I'll get it back somehow.
Vale, mi reclamación como que
I'll
se
be
la ha
back.
pasado por donde él quiere. Pero nos ha dicho que donde los cerdos podría estar la cuarta hoja de cobre mía. La tercera la tiene Olgierd, pero como yo ahora tengo una de él, quizás la pueda reclamar. O sea, le puedo hablar con él y decirle, oye macho, dame la hoja y te doy la que tengo yo. Eso sí, a lo mejor me la quita por la fuerza otra vez con el forzudo ese. Pero es que si no, no sé cómo hacerlo. Pues el cazador no me está haciendo ni caso, es lo que es el pajarero.
Just
Y
you wait,
poco más puedo
Dyer's
hacer.
son. In order to outplay me, you'll need more than a ridiculous haircut.
Venga, Olgierd, tírate
Is
el
there
pisto.
anything you want?
Sí. Tengo algo para ti.
Look, Olgierd, an oak leaf of pure brass. It just fell in front of my feet.
That must be the one from the castle guard. Where did you...
Cámbiamela.
Why don't we just swap? Oak leaf for oak leaf.
So that you can win? No way.
If we don't, neither of us will win. There are other participants in the challenge, as you know.
All right then. How many oak leaves do you have already?
As many as you have.
I see. All right, birdcatcher. This is your lucky day. We'll swap, but be warned, Geron. If you win the challenge, Ulfried will beat you to a pulp.
Well, he'd better get some rest then.
Vale. Ha aceptado, pero que si gano, mandará a su sicario a por mí. O sea, así te lo digo. Pues ya
I've
tengo
got
3
three.
hojas.
That only leaves the fourth.
Perfecto, solo me falta la cuarta. Y la cuarta está claro que está aquí donde los cerdos. Yo tengo una bellota, o sea que si se la lanzo,
It's an easy life if you don't
a lo
mind
mejor se
living
van a
in the
por la
muck.
bellota y dejan la hoja. O la hoja está ahí tirada en el suelo o algo.
Hey, those things can easily bite my hand off.
Porque fíjate, te pueden arrancar el brazo. O sea, si metes ahí la mano, eso es cuando te dicen te ha comido la mano un cerdo. Pues exactamente literal. Vale, yo voto por tirar la bellota.
Those pigs are being fed enough.
Vale, están suficientemente alimentados. Pues entonces es verdad que están bebiendo todo.
Those pigs are being fed enough.
podemos probar a echar el licor aquí. No sé si a lo mejor no les gusta o también se lo beben, yo qué sé. Vamos a echarlo. Ah, mira, se apartan. Pues ahora puedo meter la mano al abrevadero.
Look at the bird catcher. Poor boy doesn't get enough food.
Yeah, that's funny. But here's the oak leaf.
¿He conseguido la cuarta hoja? Pues ya está, amigos.
I've got all 4. I should hurry to the chamberlain.
Sí, me voy a hacer el sueco. Voy a ir por aquí. Antes de que Olgier pues se dé cuenta y mande al grandote, al sicario a por mí, a su peón. Así que voy a hablar con el chambelán este, con Newcastle. Y venga, dame mi premio que lo he conseguido.
Tell that old Newcastle was once an army commander.
You again?
Claro, el jefe, amigo. Aquí las tengo.
I've got all 4 oak leaves.
What? You? Show them to me. Yes, indeed.
Now the dire bunch can see who were the fools all along.
Not so fast. There's one more task ahead of you.
But I've collected all 4 leaves.
Take this town pennant here and hoist it in front of the castle walls.
Oh my. Now that reeks of harassment.
It's meant to be a tribute to the town and your king. You are supposed to show your pride in being a subject of the king of Andergast.
Piece of cake.
Vale, tengo que izar una banderola, pero ¿tendré que bajar esta o cómo funciona esto? Estandarte de Andergast.
That has to go on the crossbar.
Don't mess with that thing, bird catcher.
Ostras, si no puedo tocar la manivela va a ser difícil, ¿eh? Ah, sujetador de la banderola, vale. Ah, que tiene dos cuerdas. No toques, y entonces ¿qué hago? Ahora. Y ahora tengo que subir la manivela. Hasta arriba. Ahí tenéis la banderola.
The bird catcher has succeeded. That's not a good omen.
Buah, ni el guardia se lo cree. ¿Eh?
You have achieved victory in the Oak Leaf Challenge.
Who would have thought?
In order to receive your honors, you will be allowed to appear before your king today. But someone of your ilk will not be admitted into the presence of the king, just like that. So listen to me carefully.
Whatever you say, Master Chamberlain.
Royal Chamberlain.
My apologies.
First rule. You're only to talk if you are spoken to first. Do not ever interrupt the king. Or me, for that matter. And don't approach the throne closer than 7 paces.
Yes, sir.
You can count to 7, right?
7 is the number that comes after 6.
You will address the king as Your Royal Highness or Your Majesty.
Your Royal Highness. Got it?
Don't cause me any embarrassment. One slip and you'll have spent your final day in Andergast. All right. Let's get this thing over with.
Vale, acabemos con esto.
Newcastle, report.
The young queen of Nostria will spend some memorable days here in Andergast, Your Majesty.
Have the guards been clothed properly from the armory? And has the messenger with a welcome note finally been sent?
Not only that, my liege. The finest pastries have arrived from Albernian shores. They taste delicious. And we finally managed to cast the role of the rogue Morgul for the soirée. Old Buckledorn will play the part.
An interesting choice. He shall not frighten the Queen too much, though.
As you wish, my liege.
Who is that young lad over there? Is he a carny, too?
Your Majesty, a victor has been named in the minor challenge of the Oak Leaf for the common folk. It is young Garon from the Tannerhood.
Un crack. Respuesta normal, no, formal, mejor vamos a hacer la rosca.
Your Majesty.
The youngster is the stepchild of Ranger Gwynling.
Is that so?
Sí, no te voy a mentir, ¿no? ¿O para qué?
It's true, Your Majesty.
Old Gwynling. Without him, we'd probably still be fearing the seer to this day.
Your Majesty, don't forget that...
He paid his dues. Be that as it may. I hereby proclaim you winner of the Oak Leaf Challenge, Garon.
Thus spoken and sealed in the 1,800 and 89th year of independence.
May you make Andergast proud, my boy.
You may thank the king and rise now.
I thank you for this honor, Your Majesty.
Your audience is over now.
Wait. Say, didn't you learn the trade of the hunt from Gwendling, Geron?
Pues yo sería humilde, ¿no? O tímido.
He taught me one or two things, all right, but I'm still at the beginning of my career.
Each journey starts with the first step. Say, Sir Newcastle, have the attempts to rid the royal guest chambers of those nasty crows been successful yet?
Your Majesty, we're doing all we can.
But?
They're proving themselves quite obstinate, my liege. Nasty little buggers indeed, those crows.
I've been hearing that for days now.
The servants are doing the best they can.
Not good enough, it seems. It would constitute an insult to the Queen of Nostria. Geron, do you think you can deal with crows?
They're just birds like every other kind. You bait them, scoop them, grab hold of them.
Well, that's good news. I hereby charge you with the mission of ridding the royal guest chamber of all crows.
But, Your Majesty...
The whole court is terribly busy, Newcastle. I'm sure you can use a helping hand.
Of course, my liege. I'm just saying... Well, you know what people say about him.
I'm not inclined to bother with the superstitions of the plebs. It is concluded. Take the man-child to the ravaged chambers at once.
Very well, my liege.
Fulfill your charge well, Garon, and we'll meet again. The fate of Andergast lies in your hands.
I will not disappoint you, my king.
Vale.
You have brought me some serious trouble already, young man. I hope you won't cause us any more bad luck.
I'll do my best.
The crows have been at it in here since yesterday. You can see for yourself what damage they've done. In just a few days, the Queen of Nostria will arrive. These are the only appropriate chambers for a guest of that importance.
This must have been a nice room once.
Spare your cheeky comments. You'd better start catching those crows. And I said catch, not kill. King Afadan's wife doesn't want any bad omens, you hear?
Got it. I'll think of something.
And don't let your fingers get sticky.
Vale, que no robe, que no mata a los cuervos, que solo los tengo que coger. Bueno, vamos a ir probando cosas. No, la alfombra no me la puedo llevar. O sea, me pillarían en la puerta. Geron, te pillan en la puerta seguro. Hay una chimenea, una cabeza de ciervo y nuestros amigos cuervos. Hay dos aquí y uno encima de la cama.
Why must everything always be out of reach? Perhaps Gwynling is right. Something's wrong with those crows. Gwynling's old stuffed owl has nothing on this thing, I must admit. This is bound to batter someone to death, loose as it is.
Vale. Pues ¿qué más tenemos? Un candelabro aquí.
Useless pageantry. Who needs so many candles burning at the same time anyway?
Sí, es inútil, pero te lo acabas de meter en el jubón, ¿no? Vale, parece que no hay nada más. Vamos a comprobarlo todo de todas formas. Vale, no simplemente los cuervos, la alfombra y lo que hay en la chimenea.
Doesn't work.
Vale, pues tendremos que ver cómo intentamos capturarlo.
There are secret passages throughout the castle. I'll find out if this is one of them eventually. But first I'll deal with the crows. What a massive fireplace. Rumor has it there are secret passages throughout the castle. I'll find out if this is one of them eventually. But first I'll deal with the crows. There are more important things I have to attend to right now.
Vale, que puede haber un pasadizo en la chimenea, pero como no haga lo de los cuervos, el chambelán Newcastle se va a enfadar un huevo. Así que huevo de paloma entiendo que es para la trampa, ¿no? Así que vamos a ver si la trampa la podemos poner en la alfombra, que parece lo lógico. Ahí está. Y ahora aquí pones el huevo de paloma. Lo que no sé si bajarán los tres cuervos. Sí, escóndete. Mira, han tirado eso. Y ahí va por el huevo. Para adentro. Pero los otros dos no. Pues me suena que solo tengo un huevo.
What was that?
Nothing. Everything's fine.
Pues menudo negocio.
Of course not. I've caught the first bugger. Regrettably, that was the only bait I had.
Sí, claro, era el único huevo que teníamos, así que bueno, te puedes coger la trampa para usarla para otra cosa, pero faltan 2 cuervos. De todas formas, lo vamos a dejar para el próximo vídeo. Y nada, espero que os haya gustado este gameplay de The Dark Age, Chains of Satinav. Ya sabéis, si os gustan nuestros vídeos, no olvidéis dar like, ese pulgar arriba, compartir este pequeño vídeo para que llegue un poquito más lejos, y si no os habéis suscrito al canal, de verdad, os animo a ello. Muchísimas gracias por vuestra atención, y nos vemos aquí, en vuestro canal de los gameplays, en Juegos. ¡Chao!